What is going on, guys? It's Greg here today, and I want to inform you all on how skill-based matchmaking really works, because there is a lot of misconceptions in the community, and I just want to make sure that I can clear these things up for you guys. And if you have any questions in the comment section, you can always ask me and I will try to clarify anything you have questions on. Now, if you are wondering where this information comes from that I'm going to be going over in this video, it is from a video that was made during Modern Warfare 2019. The skill-based matchmaking algorithm system has been in the game since Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 in the current state that it is at. Before that, it was different in how it worked, and it was not as noticeable as it is now, because as time goes on, the algorithm has changed. So today we are going to be going over the matchmaking system algorithm that was debunked by 3 YouTubers known as the Xclusive Ace, Driftor, and Sour Patch back in Modern Warfare 2019, and it still stays relevant to this day in Modern Warfare 2. So this skill-based matchmaking algorithm that I will be discussing was present in Modern Warfare 2019, Black Ops Cold War, Call of Duty Vanguard, and now Modern Warfare 2, as well as Warzone and Warzone 2. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and start talking about skill-based matchmaking and how it works. So, skill-based matchmaking has a few factors it goes by, and again, we don't really notice the weight on these rather than what the data has told us, because we're not going to be exactly told how skill-based matchmaking works. Okay, Activision and InfinityWard and Demonware, who runs the servers, they're not going to tell us how it works, because they don't want us to exploit it, and they don't want it to they don't want other competitors to also be using the system that they have developed. But at the same time, it's obvious how to exploit the system. So many people have done it, and I will explain why people do it a little bit later going on in this video. So, what is the highest weight in skill-based matchmaking as far as we are aware? And it is going to be account level. What this means is that a level 250 is more often than not going to be matched up against someone who is also of a higher level. As of right now in the game, level 250 is the highest level in the game, so that means people who are also that of a prestige are likely going to be put up against other players that are of a prestige. So level 250 is 5th prestige, therefore we're probably going to see other 3rd, 4th, 5th prestiges on average. Now, if you are a lower level and you are not prestige yet, and you have not reached the final military rank of 55 before entering 1st prestige, you are more than likely going to also be seeing people who have not yet entered a prestige, or they will be of a very low prestige level, such as prestige 1 or 2, and that will be what you will see. Now, it is not foolproof. That does not mean that you will see this every single time that you enter a lobby, that you will be guaranteed to be around the same account level, but it is pretty heavily weighted in the matchmaking algorithm. On top of that, there is another thing that is heavily weighted in the algorithm, and that is going to be your recent performance. Recent performance is somewhere between 5 to 10 games, and the better you perform, the better players you're going to see. The worse you perform, the worse players you're going to see. Now, there is a very common misconception, and that is that overall account statistics is actually what skill-based matchmaking uses. And yes, it does use this, but it only really uses this once the lobby has been formed in order to balance off the teams. So what I mean by this is that a 4KD player is not going to be match-made against a 4KD player. A 2KD player is not going to be match-made against a 2KD player every single time they log on the game and search for a match. It doesn't matter what your overall KD, win-loss, score per minute is whenever it comes to trying to find games off of recent performance, but rather once the match has actually found all of the players that are going to be participating in it. So once the lobby is formed and everybody is in the lobby, then it is going to balance who plays against who based off of statistics. And this is why a lot of people tend to say that solo play feels rigged the higher skill level you are, because it is going to balance the worst players in the lobby onto your team as a way to compensate for your higher statistics, so that way you just aren't completely rolling the other enemy team. And as, of course, the more averaged out the lobby is, the more it's just going to be where it's a fair fight and fair competition match. So overall, skill-based matchmaking isn't a true skill-based matchmaking system in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, but it's rather a soft skill-based matchmaking system that tries to evaluate you based off of recent performance. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of people that are like, well, it's not soft because it feels really sweaty, and that's not what I mean by soft skill-based matchmaking. What I mean by it is there's no true skill evaluation, because if there was a true skill evaluation, then the highest skilled players would always be matched up against the highest skilled players and vice versa. So what I'm trying to tell you guys here is that the real way skill-based matchmaking works is it is based off of your recent performance and your overall account level, which is why you will see people who exploit the skill-based matchmaking system. They basically make an account and they make its recent performance really horrible, and they don't play too much on that account, so that way it's a low account level, because whenever they do this to exploit the matchmaking system, you have to remember that the two biggest weights in skill-based matchmaking are going to be account level and recent performance. So if the dummy account that they are joining off of or trying to matchmake with has a very low level and horrible recent performance, then that means that is going to be what it is trying to search for. So at the end of the day, in conclusion, how does skill-based matchmaking work? It is a recent performance-based algorithm based off your last 5 to 10 games that only takes in account statistics once the lobby has been formed. It is also going to take in your overall account level into the algorithm, and it is going to try to find players based off of your overall account level as well. However, again, it depends on the overall player base that is online at any given point and what their levels are, as well as geographical location, because it doesn't want to find matches that are going to be over a certain threshold of ping. That is the best way I can explain skill-based matchmaking to you guys, and I am sorry, but feelings do not determine actual data that 3 YouTubers have studied. It is as fair as that goes. So, at the end of the day, what are my thoughts on skill-based matchmaking, and what do I think of it? Personally, I think that it is healthy, but also unhealthy for the game at the same time. I completely understand why they want it in the game, especially whenever there are a bunch of new players entering the scene. You don't want people who are just picking up the game to get absolutely creamed by players who have been playing this franchise for 15 plus years, like myself. But at the same time, it's very frustrating because a lot of players just want to get on and use different weapons. They want to level up certain things without feeling punished by some sort of algorithm that they cannot control. So, at the end of the day, I understand both arguments to skill-based matchmaking, and I understand why it's in the game, and I also understand why people don't want it in the game. At the end of the day, the best way to avoid skill-based matchmaking, if you really want to, and you are not exploiting the game by reverse boosting or some other sort of manipulation, is to play in a party with a wide variety of skill levels. Sometimes there's really good players you'll be partied up with, sometimes there's some not so great players you'll be partied up with, and it will overall give you a very mixed experience in the matchmaking algorithm. As for what I do, I party up with a group of friends that are also generally very high skill, and we just play the game together. And again, if you do that, the game is going to try to matchmake people based off of 1, account level, and 2, recent performance. So what this pretty much does is it eliminates that team balancing algorithm, which is what really makes the games feel rigged or not. And Xclusive Ace has mentioned this in the past as well with skill-based matchmaking. If you are a high skill player and you party up with other high skilled players, it basically just kind of eliminates skill-based matchmaking altogether, because again, the higher up you are, let's say you're a top 1% player with other top 1% players, the game is not going to matchmake top 1% players against other top 1% players. It's just, there's not enough people online, and based off of geographical location, all that stuff. And again, since we are going based off of recent performance, that has nothing to do with where you truly stand skill ranked wise, okay? So I hope this has made it easier for you guys to understand skill-based matchmaking, and I just want you guys to know the truth about skill-based matchmaking. This has been a very controversial topic, and there is a lot of misinformation out there, so I am expecting quite a bit of different opinions in the comment section below here, but I'm telling you, at the end of the day, there is a lot of dishonesty out there about this system, and a lot of people are just kind of using it as a topic based around their channel for views and using deception. So at the end of the day, is skill-based matchmaking really skill-based matchmaking? Yes and no. It's just based off your recent performance and account level. Anyways, I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace out. Have a great day. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, drop me a rating, and to let me know how I'm doing. And I will see you all soon. Have a great day, and peace out.